Morning, crypto market summary, where we're keeping a finger on the pulse of crypto NFTs and shitcoin markets by looking at the macro environment and keeping a finger on the news. So a lot of the news today in the last 24 hours, as I said, there's always something going on in the narratives of crypto Twitter, NFT Twitter, is OpenSea. OpenSea is going to begin enforcing contracts. We'll dive into that a little bit and just see what some of the heavy hitters on the crypto space are saying about it. So this is OpenSea here. It's an NFT platform where you can buy and sell NFTs. It was one of the originals in the space. I believe they raised some money in earlier this year, which evaluated them at, I think it was like $14 billion. So not a small company at all. $13 billion. Like, so comparables to that, it was actually 13 billion. So I did just kind of look it up here. It's 13.3 billion, and that was January 6th. So at the beginning of the year, it looks like. So not sure it's still worth that, but it's a private company, so that's what it's valuated at. Just kind of wanted to see what other companies are in the same market cap range. So Fox Corporation, so Fox News and all those guys, that's 15 billion. Coinbase is at 15 billion. Campbell Soup at 15. So if you start getting to the 13s, you'll see like Cloudflare is up there, Ovintiv, United Airlines. So these are just some of the companies that are kind of worth about the same that OpenSea was, right? So not a small player. HubSpot, Rocket companies, like I think that's Rocket Mortgage. Chesapeake, Snap-on, like these are some pretty big, some of them 100-plus-year-old companies, right? So anyway, so it's a pretty big decision when they start moving around and pivoting on some of their stances like that. So let's see what some of the heavy hitters are saying about this kind of this move. So I'd keep in mind that they're talking about, maybe let's go see this. So this is them. This is their official blog on creator fees. So when the NFT standard was created in 2018, creator fees did not exist. They supported them, but on other marketplaces, creator fees simply were not paid at all. With many marketplaces choosing to stop enforcing creator fees, which is just a recent kind of battle that's been going on in this bear market, the last few months haven't felt like we're all going to make it. Many creators want the ability to enforce fees on chain. We believe that the choice should be up to the creators. Without the creators, what are we going to do? Yeah, we're just going to see a bunch of VCs and it's going to be more traditionally kind of backed space. So today, OpenSea is launching a tool for on-chain enforcement of creator fees starting at 12 p.m. on Tuesday, November 8th. It's for new collections. We won't make any changes to existing collections at least December 8th. They're considering some options. And our initial on-chain tool is a simple code snippet that can add future NFT contracts and existing NFT contracts. And so as long as they're not renounced. So like once you renounce a contract, you don't have any control of it. It's over. Whatever's there is there. And that's really it. Why are we doing this? So it's become clear that the current mechanics of creator fee enforcement are not as sustainable. So what's as everyone likes to do is listen to people's commentary on it. As long as OpenSea doesn't hypocritically turn off royalties for legacy collections, then I think it's a net positive for the space. That's Mando. Remember, these guys are big creators as well. Mel, he's expert in tokenomics. So topics royalties. Creators decide, consumers agree, and marketplace curate and aggregate for a fee. It's this simple. John Knopf, I guess he's a whale in space. So I think some of his board eights at the top. Royalties are what drew us here. He's an artist as well. He's a photographer. This legitimately might be one of the biggest rug pulls we've ever seen in Spain. Guarantee royalties in the beginning, wait for artists to establish their platform, and then pull the rug out and take away royalties. Promise one thing, deliver on it, change the promise. So I understand. I think there's some other takes on this. Where is it? So King Blackboard, OpenSea said either ban our competitors or we won't pay you. And you're applauding this because of your own self-interest. So there's a lot of different takes on this. You can see like the aggregate royalty pay. OpenSea is 6.2%. Now the others are below 1%. Most of them under 0.5%. But I think some of the arguments is that it's becoming a more centralized platform, which kind of already was. But yes, OpenSea's are creating tools to encourage monopoly power, but other platforms are wrecking creator royalties in an attempt to win market share. Platforms need to accept the consequences of what they did. Of course, creators would find tools to fight back. So that's kind of what we're looking at right here. A lot of stuff going on there. What do we see? I think that's really it that we're going to chat about on that here today, and just kind of shift over into the crypto market summary. A little bit of price action going on here today, so we'll take a look. What's crypto doing? So we're seeing it's a little bit just kind of range bound right now, but you can see ETH right here, kind of up and down, up and down. Lots of stuff going on. I don't know. I was reading just some things. Some of the giga billionaires or whatever sitting there fighting about this and that. I don't know. Just do what you can. At the end of the day, the market cap hasn't changed a whole bunch. Shitcoins, so I don't know. Like maybe there's some more volume because of Elon firing a whole bunch of people. I can't believe it's the 10-day moving average is 7 million for shitcoins. I think when I started this, like 7739. Like when I started this back in July, you see 3.2 who's at 2 million. Went to 6.3. So that's pretty crazy, man. It's doubled up in the 10-day moving average and volumes for new pairs. What do we see here for BNB? Something seems weird. Less than $1 million, hey? That seems odd, but numbers are doing numbers do. Maybe there's something going on. I don't know. I don't pay a whole bunch of attention to this, like 0.4 BNB. Maybe it's just because BNB has just gone up so much. It's been performing quite well. Let's see what the NFT marketplaces are doing. So if we do, it's 117,850. So I'm imagining. Wow. How much did it have yesterday? That was a lot. Anyways. Magic Eden's coming back a little bit. I think it's just to do with the Utes. So I had a video on that yesterday. I'll put it up here somewhere over there if you want to take a look at it. What do we see in OpenSea here? Take the crown again, spin back at the top. Looks rare, 3 million. Blur, we're seeing 5 million. So this is kind of like some of the discussion about the OpenSea creator. Royalties, enforcement. You know, Blur came in, took away. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on that, right? So Blur came in. They had the same people that backed Art Gobblers. Bunch of drama with Art Gobblers NFT drop. And there's a video on that as well that I put out. It took a lot of volume. You know, a super hyped up NFT project. Potentially, you know, lots of venture capital funding in there, or outside NFT crypto Twitter funding in there. And they drop royalties. So royalties are nothing. So it's, you know, it's tough to say when you see some of these volumes and there's no royalties, because there's no consequence of trading. Nothing. You know what I mean? Oil prices, you don't see anything. Bond rates, everything's the same. Markets are closed. This is the ENS. So I went through and pumped all those numbers in. ENS, I think, what did we see there? It was like 1.4 for 10K. So it's still finding its floor. Bored Apes, CryptoPunks. Oh, Mutants went back up, but those things are just hanging around, not doing much. Other side Deeds still finding that 1.2. Clone X, that's one that if I wanted to drop 8 ETH on something, I think would probably be a good one. Moonbirds, it's steady declining over a long period of time. Doodles too. You know, I think like in about 6 months, these will be probably around back to 10. Azukis, those have been holding up pretty good. Bored Ape Kennels. Someone was saying that typically a Bored Ape Kennel should be evaluated at half the price of a mutant. So I was saying a little undervalued. Jenny's at 13. Cyberkong VX is down. Rug Radio Genesis 0.4. Rect guy there. Ether Orcs 0.48. Kong babies. Not a whole bunch going on here. ENS 1.469. So they're still kind of coming down a little bit. You can kind of see that they're, I don't know if you call it price discovery on the downside, but. And that's it. We're seeing 1.29 for Sandbox land. And that's really all we got. So we got a big week ahead of us. We got the CPI and the Euro interest rate decisions here next week. So those are the big economic events. Have a good day.